in Denver with Kirk Winstein, vocalist of Crowbar, as part of the Metal Lions tour. How has the tour been going so far?
Good. I mean, we're happy to be here in Denver. Everything's been going good, and just finally getting it running smoothly, and we're looking forward to a good show tonight.
Now, exactly 6 years after Lifeblood for the Downtrodden came out, you released a new album. Why that long delay?
A band called Down, which was my main priority during that time. We did a record and 4 years of touring, like 36 countries or whatever, multiple times. A lot of touring and promotion for Down, which was great, but it's nice to now be concentrating on some Crowbar stuff.
Now the new album, songwriting-wise and lyric-wise too, is very diverse. Is that how you see Crowbar at that point of your life right now?
I think so, because it's been so long. It's been over 20 years, since the first record, and for me personally, I play in 3 different bands. I have a diverse, listening tastes and whatnot. So for me, it's important that that it's not just the same song over and over again. And with this record, in particular, because it had been so long, I wanted to make sure that we used every element that has ever been a part of Crowbar's sound on this record. And I kept that in mind while writing stuff. I wanted it to be 12 songs that don't sound, they sound like Crowbar, but 12 different compositions.
Now, Cemetery Angels, I didn't hear your new album, or the release, the single release. I heard the new album all at once, and Cemetery Angels by far is one of my favorite. Why is that the reason you released that as a single?
Just what you said.
It's Crowbar in all.
It's got everything Crowbar's ever done in it. It's got melody, it's got emotion, it's got upbeat stuff, it's got the heaviest slow riff ever, and breakdown part. It's got pretty much everything we've ever done inside it. So I think that was the idea. We didn't want to scare anybody off with anything a little too out in the field. So
now you are the only original member left of Crowbar since the 80s, late 80s. Is it hard these days to find musicians that A, are willing and able to tour, and B, share your vision of Crowbar?
Thankfully, I've found them. It's with especially Tommy and Pat have been in the band for over 7 years now, and they've been very loyal. With me doing Down and Kingdom of Sorrow and my other projects, and putting Crowbar on the side, which I don't intend on putting Crowbar on the side any longer. And Matt's a good friend of mine that was my roommate for a while, and it was just natural kind of for him to come into the band. But I'm very fortunate to have 3 guys that are really dedicated to what Crowbar are doing, and who love the band, and love, and we're all good friends, so it's cool.
Now, for this release, you are on E1. Is it different this time around working with a major label?
Very. A lot of work, but well worth it. They've really, I think, done everything we expected them to do, and then some. And we're very fortunate to have them. They worked the record very hard. There's been a ton of press. I've done interviews every day for months, so it's nice. I'll take the hard work over the independent, no interview label any day.
But you still are doing stuff with Housecore?
Yeah, we'll have a live record coming out, and we'll do pretty much majority of the back catalog on vinyl as well as disc, re-releasing. But so for us, it's the best of both worlds. We get to do the Housecore, Phil and Kate's, in-house, literally, no pun intended, right. Indie label. We also get to experience being on E1, which is a major, basically, and Century Media for the other territories, and they've done a great job as well in Europe.
So you are E1 only in the States?
North America, Canada as well, I believe.
Now, Kingdom of Sorrow is a touch harder than Crowbar and Down. To say
harder but not heavier.
Well, yeah. What made you decide to join or form Kingdom of Sorrow?
Me and Jamie have had a friendship that's gone back, quite a bit. And we supported Hatebreed on a UK tour, Crowbar did, in early 2005. And me and Jamie talked about collaborating and doing something. And usually when you do that, when you talk about it, with your friends, it just never comes to fruition. But he called me up. He's like, man, are you available? You want to come up to Connecticut and record and start writing and getting this thing going? I'm like, yeah. And it really kind of just, snowballed into something really good. And I mean, the style that Kingdom of Sorrow plays, the style of music, is also a style that I like a lot. It's a lot more upbeat, a lot more hardcore style, which is Jamie's style. But it's something that has been an influence on me, that style of music. So I'm, very blessed to be in 3 great bands that are different.
Now, Matt plays guitar in Crowbar, but he has the bass duties in Kingdom. Why?
Sometimes he has the bass duties. Kingdom of Sorrow has been like a revolving. He's a guitar player first and foremost, but it's been a revolving door of musicians. I mean, they've done way more shows without me than with me, which we're trying to stop that too. Like we're doing the Rockstar Energy Mayhem Fest. Yeah. So I'm going to be on all the shows. Nice. So that'll be cool. Nice. And I'm not even sure who's playing bass yet on it, honestly. But it's kind of been, it's kind of one of those things, just a group of friends that in and out, depending on touring schedule and whatnot. But we want to make it a proper Kingdom of Sorrow tour and kind of relaunch Behind the Blackest Tears, our latest record, with that tour.
Now, I believe St. Vitus is one of the major influences of Down, music-wise. So how cool is it? There you go.
Vitus tattoo.
How cool is it for you, A, when you heard that they're reunited, and B, that you're touring with them?
Very cool. I mean, that's why we agreed to do this tour, last summer. All I needed to hear was St. Vitus were on it. I'm like, we'll do it. So we've known the guys for a long time, we go back a long ways. And Dave lives in New Orleans, a guitar player, which, him and Pat hang out a lot, but, we bump into each other here and there, and it's just, for me, I mean, it's great as, a band that's been an influence on my music, and we're friends, to be on tour with him, it's a really good thing. It's working out very well.
Now, speaking of touring, you did in 2010 mostly up and down the East Coast, South kind of tour. So how is it for you right now doing a full-fledged across-country tour?
Tiring, but good. Yeah, it's good. I mean, we need to hit all these territories. Oh. So I'm glad that the new Crowbar's out and we can get out there and promote it properly.
Oh. Any plans for a headlining tour?
At some point, sure. I mean, come fall. I mean, I'm booked up till the end of the summer, so come fall and winter, I need to see what my other band's doing. But I'm no longer in a situation where like one band is the priority. It's like all 3 of them are a priority, and I want to work as hard as I can and promote as much as I can with all 3 bands.
Now, you have been a long time in this business. How do you see the state of metal these days?
I mean, take away the fact that nobody's got money and nobody buys records, and it's good. I mean the metal fans and the type of music we play, those type of fans are diehards, and I mean they do what they can do. If they can afford to buy a ticket, they buy a ticket. If they can afford to buy a shirt or a CD, they do it. And I mean that's all we can ask for.
Right.
It's stuff out there for everyone,
Now, a different question. What was the low point in your musical touring? Because everybody always asks, what's the best stuff that ever happened to you? So what was the worst stuff that ever happened to you? Other than Frankie passing away.
Yes, which is very terrible. I don't know, but I mean, there's been a couple of times, where basically Down didn't really exist, and at times I've been the only member of Crowbar. At the same time, I basically had no bands. and was working, day jobs and odd jobs, whatever. So I would say that's probably obviously the low point. But it's tough. I mean, it's a tough business. I mean, I could have given up a long time ago, but I never did because I believe in what I do, and I want to do it till forever.
Now, you're a military brat. You were born in England on an Air Force base. When did you go back to the States? At what age?
A very young military brat, because I went back to the States when I was less than a year old, I think like 9 or 10 months old. And we lived in San Antonio, Texas for a couple of years, and then went back to New Orleans. My parents are from New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember anything except New Orleans, which is fine by me. But I do love England.
Cool. Okay, the famous last words?
Just big thanks, big shout out to all the fans who support all 3 bands that I'm in. And Down has some European stuff coming up in June. Crowbar's on the Metal Alliance tour right now. Down's got a couple of gigs on the East Coast, end of April, beginning of May. And Kingdom of Sorrow will be on Rockstar Energy Mayhem Fest, July 9th through August 14th. And go to the Twitter, the Kingdom of Sorrow Twitter, Kingdom of Sorrow MySpace, Facebook, the whole 9 yards, about any dates and any details, and go to martyrstore.com for any merchandising.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.